All
All right.
right.
Hey, guys.
Hello, hello. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about um, something that was talked about Friday night at Dana's, and it was talking about vision, but a lot of about confidence, like not just having confidence in yourself, but believing that having confidence in the business, the industry, the company, all of the things, right? And so I want to talk about confidence because when you have confidence, everything shifts. Confidence can make you magnetic. It builds belief and it creates momentum. And so I know, like Billy has said, he's been super fired up about, one thing or the other
Today,
today. And so why do you feel like that is?
why do I feel like I'm fired up? Because a lot of people don't know this, but when we was at Aspen's, she told us something and I messaged Aspen today and I told her, I said, you've been living rent free in my head for 3 months because what she told us was, and it's hard to wrap my mind around, but it's been there for 3 months since we were there at Aspen's, and she told me and Amelia that our goal should be to make $1 million in the next 3 years. And I looked at her, and it's hard for our minds to even wrap around making that much money in this space. And so I messaged her today, and I told her, I said, "You've been living rent free in my head," but I said, "I just wanted to thank you for the motivation and the inspiration to push further." And she said she thanked me for sending it to her, that she loved it. But a lot of times in our minds, we can't wrap our mind around how much money there is to be made in this space. And then, like she's saying tonight, it starts with confidence, posture, and determination. And what something that Brittany said over there at Dana's is a burning desire deep down inside of you to scale this business. And and I was telling her Saturday that I got it. I've got that burning desire. And for you guys, and when she said she was talking about over there at Dana's was about the vision,
The vision splat, like a vision board,
a vision
basically.
board, pretty much. But as I sit and looked around the room, I seen the people that was on our team and thought about the people that was on our team, and I began to think all I want is for them to win. Because when people on our team win, we win. It's about you guys. So, but yeah, I've been fired up all day today. I'm vibrating on a higher level.
And something that you said that really stuck with me, he said, thinking about, and he just started calling out names, and I'm just going to put Mandy on the spot for a second. And he said, thinking about Mandy being able to hit vice president, because Mandy's had vice president on her goal board for a long time. I mean, at least 2.5, 3 years. He said, thinking about Mandy hitting vice president, he said, the impact that that would make on
Mm.
her life. He said, that alone would like impact her life, and knowing how much of a burden that would take off of her. Just that.
Mhm.
And that, y'all, that's just one person on our team. It goes way beyond Mandy. It goes
Into
to
her team.
into her team and into Adriana, because Melissa and Adriana are both on her team, on her leg. So for Mandy to, and I told him this, for Mandy to be able to hit VP, Melissa and Adriana would have to hit higher ranks, which would mean huge things for their families, for their kids and grandkids. And same like for Shar and Amelia, like their goals are our goals. Those are our goals. So just know that. So let's get back to like Billy's confidence, right? Confidence is contagious, and that's why it matters so much. When you have it, others catch it.
Right.
So like when he comes home vibrating at this level, and I'm kind of like, I've been messaging people all day and maybe nobody's messaged me back, but he comes home vibrating at this level and he's like, oh, it's great. I've got it. And I'm like, okay, like we can do this. It's contagious. So when you are radiating confidence and you've got this confidence that other people can have, that's why it is important to show up on a higher level. It is important to show up confident because you are putting that out
Rubs
there,
off on people.
and it rubs off on people. And the lack of confidence is the number one thing that holds people back in this business, whether it's the lack of confidence in themselves, the industry. It shouldn't be in the industry because you are in the industry.
It's not in our products. I
It's
hear
not in our
that.
products, right? And let me tell you this, there's a quote here, and it's people don't buy products. They buy the confidence that you have when you're sharing them, right? So if you show up and you're confident in the products that you have, and you're like, well, this is the only thing I've got here. This yogurt is the best thing that I've ever ate since sliced bread. Like they're going to buy the yogurt, right? So if you're showing up with your rush and your gold and everything, and you're putting that out there, it doesn't matter that, like, take a before and after out of the picture. Think about the benefits that it's giving you, and you're putting it out there and you're radiating that across Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, whatever you want to say. And you are saying, like, this is the best thing that I have ever put in my body. This is the best thing I've ever taken for my leg pain, my knee pain, like whatever it is. People are going to buy it from you because you have got confidence radiating from within you. Okay. So overcome your self-doubt. Um, think about like some wins that you've had in your business, right? So like when we get a new customer, when we get, if it's been a while or you have someone join your team, like that helps build your confidence. But think about things that maybe it's been a while. So you've got to really hone in on those things, and you've got to really think about what it is that you're doing. And maybe sometimes you are lacking that a little bit. Maybe it's been a while since you've had a new brand partner. It's okay. But think about that feeling that you do have when you get a new brand partner. Go back to that, okay? So think about success comes from consistency, not overnight results. We know that, you guys. That is, we know that. And just think about how your DMOs, we know that doing your DMOs daily, you guys, this Fab 5 fast track, if you guys are doing that, I know that Shar is, and I could throw it out the window every single day. Every single day I want to toss it out the window, but I'm not, because I'm like, I actually told a friend in a voice clip, I'm like, I've got to get this done. I've got to get this done. When we know that if we would just sit down and do our list, and the first thing, if we would knock out our DMOs and get that done first thing, that we would, feel better about what we're doing, and just rather than procrastinate and have it further end of the day luring over us, right? So think about that, because when we're doing our DMOs and knocking out our messages and stuff and asking people to take a look at Bravenly or the Holistic Haven, or whether it's the opportunity, the products or whatnot, that can help build your confidence muscle. Even Brittany Beck talked about the other night that confidence is a muscle. In order for it to grow, you've got to flex that muscle, right? So think about that. Think about, flexing that muscle. Maybe it's talking to people. When you're talking to more people, that is going to help flex your muscle, that confidence muscle. So whenever you are sharing your story, whether it's your product story, your business story, that is going to help build your confidence. Share it with conviction, share it with posture, like vibrating on that higher level, right? When you're doing that, it's going to help build your confidence. When you're sharing it, the more you share it, the better you're going to get at it, the more confidence you're going to have. And the more natural it's going to feel, again, building that muscle. So, when you are asking the right questions to people, it's going to help you feel more confident, helping people feel confident getting started, and then setting a new intention every day, like doing the things that you said you were going to do. When you first get up, like when I first get up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to knock this list out first thing. And if I don't, I've kind of like failed myself because I haven't finished it. right? It's 8:12 and I've not finished my list yet. So I need to do that. But you know, things happen during the day, you need to do it. And I just know that. And so think about, like he said, that burning desire. We can't make someone look at the company. We can't make someone do it, right? But we know that when we have that burning desire, I feel like it radiate like you radiate confidence a lot. Um,
I have it. That's just natural. Comes natural.
But I will say this, that confidence is not something that you're born with. I mean, maybe some people, but it's something that you build. So every time you show up, every time you share your story, whether it's on live, like Shar is great about going live. I feel like every time she shows up live, she's flexing that confidence muscle. She's flexing her live muscle. She's trying to, Melissa Payne is the same way. She's going live more. So I feel like every time she goes live, she's getting more confident in that skill of going live. And so every time you share and every time you take action, you're stacking those bricks, brick upon brick of your confidence, right? So just think about that. And so walking in more confidence, that was the one thing that Brittany Beck was talking about on Friday night, was like, when you are more confident, when you're radiating confident, you know, you could have like the person who has never done this before, never even done it, but if they are radiating that confidence and their confidence, then they know, like, I'm going to hit director, I'm going to hit vice president, and they walk like that and they talk like that, they're more than likely going to hit those goals, doing the things to get there, and they are radiating their confidence to their audience and they're going to hit it. So just think about those things and think about, like, all distractions aside, and just do the things to help you get there. Like your DMOs, like those are going to help you flex your confidence muscle. So what else would you say about that? I know you said, like, talking about vibrating at a higher.
Yeah, so several of the books I've read, Think and Grow Rich, and other ones, they talk about the burning desire, but they also talk about you got to see yourself where you want to be first and foremost, and then you got to bring your vibration up to that level.
Mhm.
You got to see it and then bring yourself up to that level. And every day, remind yourself of where you're going. You have a plan and you're going there. But one thing that I wanted to share with you guys tonight, and I shared it on my TikTok live a little while ago, but the story of Joseph, I don't know, it seems like I always relate to it. You know, he had a dream that he was going to be over his family, is what the dream was about, over his brothers and his parents. So his father sent him out into the field to check on his brothers, and when they seen him coming, they were envious of him. His father loved him more. It says what it says. His father loved him more than everybody else. Well, they threw him in a pit. His brothers did, and they left him. And this is where something that's been on my heart here lately is, we may feel like we're in a pit. We may feel like we there's no way for us to get out. But he didn't expect those Ishmaelites to come by and pick him up out of that pit uh, and take him down to uh, Potiphar's house in Egypt and be sold into slavery. He may have expected his brothers just to come back and pick him up and bring him out of there. But the story I'm wanting to get to here is, he was falsely accused. He was thrown into prison, and it was like 13 years from the time he had the dream all the way up until he came before Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a dream. Joseph was down in prison, in Pharaoh's prison, and every stop along the way, people seen something that was different in him. So our journey, all of our journeys are probably not the same. It's going to take us a while to get to where we want to go. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So what I want to tell you guys is, it took 13 years from the time he had his dream until he came before Pharaoh, and Pharaoh made him second in command of all of Egypt. From a whole different country, he came in sold into as a slave, falsely accused, thrown into prison, and come out of prison into second in command in all Egypt. So our journeys take time, and we may not be where we want to be right now, but just know that God's preparing us for what's to come. Every stop along Joseph's journey, being thrown in the pit, being sold into slavery, being falsely accused and thrown into prison, everything prepared him for where he would be at. So as we journey through this journey of network marketing and we go up and down and up and down, I'm going to tell you, just stick with it. And God's got a plan for all of us. All of us.
Mhm.
But yeah, second in command in all Egypt. So God's got a plan. And something else, we've been talking about, is this weekend, and it was so good. It was so good for me to be around you guys and to meet some of you. And I guess my biggest takeaway is you guys. And I mean was it was so good to see some of you guys be able to speak in front of the crowd. And we're going to get better, and uh, we're going to do this thing. We're going to do it as a team, as a family. So I think I'm done. I've talked
And
all I
some
need
of
to
you
talk.
that have not spoken yet in front of a crowd will be speaking in front
Yeah,
of a
maybe
crowd.
Diane will catch this replay. I don't see her on here.
And Melissa and Michelle and Amelia and Adriana will all be speaking in front of people one day. And I just want to say this, that I have this written down from, and hopefully you already made me emotional, but I'm going to try not to be too emotional. I have this written down that Brittany said on Friday night. If you build it, they will come. And Billy said that to me Saturday. I was like, I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna show up or not. I don't know. I didn't know. You never know. You don't know. You put the invites out there. You put the work into it. You just don't ever know. And he's like, if you build it, they will come. And then I have it underneath there. I have, it's worth the wait. It's God's timing, not ours, and to be patient. And that's all I have. I have no idea what she was really talking about, but that's all I have written down in that section. And so I just want to say this, is that if you feel like you're in a waiting period, there's a reason. If you feel like you're in a stagnant period, there's a reason. And if you build it, they will come. If you ask, they will come. And it's going to be worth the wait. So
I woke up in the middle of the night in the past few weeks, and I find myself praying that God would send us who we need. And I believe it. Um, I believe it's just a matter of time. It's all in His time, anyways. But we're so thankful you guys are doing this with us, and you mean the world to us. And let's just keep making an impact. I thought today, I mean, courage, integrity, and go make an impact. The three pillars of this company. And I don't know, just the past week or so, I feel the Lord molding me like the potter and the clay and changing me. So I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to do whatever He'd have me to do. And um, so if you guys ever need me, get in my messenger, call me, and we'll talk. But I think I'm done.
good.
I'm good.
Well, we
Anybody
love
else?
we love all of you guys. Does anyone have any questions or anything? I do want to set up a team dinner, hopefully in the next few weeks, couple weeks or so,
LJ.
in LJ. So that is on I've not done one in LJ, but we are gonna come to LJ.
And also we talked about building in person, and I don't know if you got with Todd yet or not. She's kind of waiting until we got past the weekend.
Well, we
But
did talk to Brittany a little bit on Saturday.
we did talk to Brittany about it, and that's something that we really want to start doing. Um, is in-person stuff. So if you need us to come with you or come to your house and you have friends over,
Big, small,
it don't matter how many people it is.
yeah.
We're willing to help you guys, put our time into you guys to build this business. So whatever you guys need from us, we're here for you.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, thanks y'all for being on. I'll get this recording posted. We love you guys and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.